third DEWG meeting is concluded, and for the last day, the DEWG held a workshop about identification of measures in balancing interests of multi-stakeholders and cross-border data flow. And of course, this is a continuation after discussing the second and the third party of DEWG G20 Indonesia Presidency in the previous two sessions. And then, of course, one of the important things for the DEWG is digitalization, how the digitalization can be used, and about how the data are moved during in the digital world. And then in the workshop today, the DEWG invited various stakeholders, not only from the government sectors but also from various sectors, especially from many private sectors that related to digital economy. And then in short, in the meeting, this workshop today want to hear and know about the perspective, a view from various stakeholders, and then the forums also want to try to accommodate all the interests for various stakeholders, but still able to give a benefit for all stakeholders. Actually, when we say about benefit for all, it's easy to say, but actually it's hard to do, especially when we are talking about cross-border data flow from one country to another country. So that's why the issues discussed in DEWG G20 Indonesia Presidency, and then the multi-stakeholders view in the workshop today help the floor to identify the multi-interests that can be balanced, but still all the ideas, the opinions, the view, the perspective are exercised by the floor, by the G20 members, invitees, and of course with the stakeholders that invited in the workshop. And then when the meeting concluded, the co-chairs of DEWG said that today's workshop is very productive, and that can be a good sign for DEWG if many stakeholders also agree with the vision about using digitalization. And then when speaking about these 3 days of digital economy working group meetings, these 3 days, the Minister of Communication and Informatics, Joni Glibrate, said there is a lot of dynamics during the meetings, but in general, the floor, the G20 members and also all the invitees all agree if they aim for a global economic recovery. And that's why in Indonesia G20 presidency, the WG want to construct inclusive digital ecosystem, and digitalization also must utilize to accelerate post-COVID-19 economic recovery, but not stop to the end in that. Digitalization also must help socio-economic welfare improvement, especially not for the MSMEs and vulnerables as groups. And that's why the series of DEWG meeting focus on 3 priorities. First is about the connectivity, how everybody must connect it into digital world. And then second, how about all people that must be connected into the digital world must be empowered. They are able to use the digitalization. They have a digital skill, have digital literacy, and of course being a digital talent. And then after everybody that empowered, connected, there must be a good data regulation. The data flow must be regulated, so there will be a fair use of data, especially in the digitalization. And these are the 3 priorities of DEWG G20 Indonesia Presidency. And then, of course, after a series of meetings, we are wondering what will be the result of DEWG. Actually, the final result, the complete result, is not yet published. It's still being discussed by the floor. But in short, we understand that there will be a value package. The value package is a translation both from the 3 priorities of DEWG and also the priorities of G20 Indonesia Presidency. All the priorities and issues will translate into an instrument that can be used as a way to implement ideas such as policies and toolkits. And then the Bali package will be declared in the ministerial level meeting in Bali for the next DEWG. Back to you, Rory, Yani.
For your report.